do this. I'm just looking at my cable bill here now, and tell me if this sounds familiar to you. It says pay method. If I hit that, then I can add, it says add payment method, and then it comes up with has name on account, bank routing number, bank name, which has some dashes on it, and it has count number, confirmed count number, and then account type. Is that what you're talking about? As far as the information in and having to go to your Social Security account?
I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
This is. I went to my online cable bill, and I put on it where it says add payment method, and so I brought this up, and it says under checking or savings account, and then it says enter account details. It says name on account, which would be my name, bank routing number, that would be the routing number to the Federal Reserve Bank that I have off of my Social Security card, and then the account number, that would be my Social Security number, and then it says confirm this, so I put it in again, and then it says account type, checking or savings. This I would put savings on that one, or I don't know. But I mean, is that what you guys are talking about as far as trying to do this? Because I just looked at one of the videos, and I think this is what it led me to.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Brother, the best thing I would say to do is, man, you're putting me in a bad spot. If you the best advice I can give you is watch that video on Steemit. If you can't watch that video on Steemit, then on Harvey's website, he's got instructions on there.
So I'm saying, does that sound familiar to you, or am I looking in the wrong direction? Or you still can't tell me.
it's putting me in a really, really bad spot.
Okay. All right.
And I'm not trying to do that to be a jerk. I'm under a lot of scrutiny, and yeah, it's putting me in a really, really bad spot.
Okay, well, I understand. Like I said,
I wish I was able to give you more information, but with some of the stuff that's going on, that hasn't really come out yet, but there's some stuff going on, and that's just, it's putting me in a really, really, really bad spot.
Okay.
That's why I direct you. Truthfully, I direct you to the video that's on Steemit, or if you go to Harvey's website, theintellectualfreedommovement.com. He's got walkthrough stuff there. There's a number of places you go and take a look. Just type in what it is you're trying to do, and you'd probably find a way there.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot.
Not a problem, brother.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. All righty. Yeah, it's good. How do you get to the live stream, Doug? It's on my backup channel. I had to restart it because I hit the 2-hour mark and it closed off. So let me double check to make sure that this is going again. Yeah, there we go. Hey guys, sorry, like I said, that's why I was asking everyone if everyone can basically mass watch the videos that are on this channel. Even if you don't watch them in entirety, I don't care about the percentage that they're being watched, but I hit that 2-hour mark on that other video and it kicked off. So I can't do live streams longer than 2 hours until I hit that threshold. I think we still have like another 4,000 or 5,000 views to go. And then we'll be able to do that. So if anybody can, you know, that can, over the next couple of days, just click on a video, watch a couple, like 30 seconds to a minute of it, and then click off. It would really help me out so I can get this fully running and be able to do that full, the full live streams again. I apologize, guys. I should have built this channel up before that happened. I just kind of was busy working on getting all the other stuff out on the other channel. So, and by the way, guys, I don't know if you see this here that I have up on the screen, but Title 18, Section 152 or 1521 provides whoever files, attempts to file, or conspires to file in any public record or in any private record which is generally available to the public any false lien or encumbrance against the real or personal property of any individual described in Section 1114 on account of the performance of official duties by that individual, knowing or having reason to know that such a lien or encumbrance is false or contains any materially false, fictitious, or fraudulent statement or representation, shall be fined under this title or imprisoned for not more than 10 years or both. Tax defiers and sovereign citizens, again, have developed a strategy of filing false retaliatory liens against government officials for the purpose of their official duties. These retaliatory filings are intended to harass the victims and to divert their attention from their work. The false liens may harm government officials by damaging their credit or publishing or identifying their information. Now, they're not going into the process there that we know, and that's because just like with this, they don't want to give out the true information that people are using it for, because then it'll make people more apt to file them. But people are going to prison for filing these. Keep reading here. These retaliatory, expunging the liens also uses government resources. IRS officials involved in civil audits, collection, and criminal investigations are targeted as are federal judges, prosecutors, and highly placed government officials. The scheme is an outgrowth of the redemption scheme, which often involves harassing government officials by filing official but false forms, 1099, 8300, currency transaction reports, and suspicious activity reports. So it's not just that I say this stuff for no reason. I say it to protect you guys. That's what I'm here for, is to protect you guys, to empower you guys, to unite you guys. I'm not going to sit there and stay silent when people are trying to get you guys to do something that could end you up in prison for 10 years. And I know people are going to say, well, you're allowing people and you're discussing using the accounts. Well, that's because you're not, you know, as far as I'm concerned, and as far as the law is concerned, as far as I know, again, I'm not an attorney, but it's kind of like a common sense thing and a research thing. You know, we're using accounts that are in our social and our names. So how could it be illegal? The only way I personally feel it could be illegal is if you manipulate your social security number, just like what they said Randy did. There's a reason why they changed the truth of what happened with Randy to that, and that's because they wanted to make a statement. They wanted to scare people, and they couldn't arrest him for using his actual social, so they said that he changed his social. You know, and the funny thing is a lot of these people that we're seeing pop over here, and these ones that are coming over and saying, hey, you need to be a secured party creditor, you need to file a UCC, you need to do this. A lot of these people are names that I've seen within the last month and change. These people just filed these, most of them, and they haven't even waited yet until they've come back and they've gotten, you know, the results of it. So they're filing these, and then they're running around like cheerleaders saying, oh, this is the only way, this is the only way. But the truth is they don't have any evidence to back it up. They're just saying that because they personally, I'm not going to say we're dumb enough, because I'm not going to be mean to them. They were tricked. They were tricked into doing this, and they're going to find out once they get the paperwork back. And once it does nothing for them, they're going to be like, whoa, wait a minute. Wow, they were right. I'm wishing I didn't do that now. And I just hope that they don't end up getting criminal charges as a result. I don't want to see anybody getting hurt. I don't care if somebody said the worst things in the world about me and put me down. I don't want people to get hurt. You know, I want people to be okay. I want them to live happy and free, and enjoy life like they should. So let's continue on this. In order to establish a violation of Section 1521, the government must prove the following beyond a reasonable. Oh wait, did I just skip something? I did. Okay, I'm sorry. In 2007, to address this problem, Congress enacted Section 201 of the Court Security Improvement Act, codified at 18 U.S.C. 1521, which made it a 10-year felony to file fictitious liens in retaliation for official acts performed by federal officials. The act is intended to penalize individuals who seek to intimidate, harass federal judges and employees by filing liens. And if you guys, I know you guys, some of the ones that haven't done this and are thinking, like as I'm reading, and they're going, well, oh, they're not talking about filing them to harass or intimidate them. So why are you, like, you know, talking like that? Well, guess what? As we know with the law and as we know with the system, if you think that they're not going to say that that's why you were doing it, they are. They made that law so that they could have a broad, open field to charge people for using these UCC filings and using those different forms that were mentioned, which, by the way, all of these forms mentioned up here are all some of the same forms that were being pushed by specific agendas and people that we disclosed last week. Okay, so that's where me doing everything I'm doing is coming from. It's to protect you guys, because a lot of you woke up from stuff that I put out there. A lot of you got involved with some of this stuff because I put out videos that were either exposing or providing information, and it's my duty and it's up to me to not let those same people end up getting on the wrong side of the fence and possibly in harm's way. So I take it serious, because I'm not the kind of person who can lay my head down at night saying, oh, well, I showed them all this, and it's if they just go and they do this and whatever, it's their own problem. They didn't listen. No, I don't look at it that way, okay? I look at it that I have an obligation and I have a job to make sure that I do everything in my power to help and protect you guys. So yeah, if anybody for a second thinks that they won't turn around and say that that's why those forms are being filed, they're going to say that you're filing them to harass the federal government and the Federal Reserve and whatever else because you were not able to access your hidden account. They'll say something like that, I guarantee you. And these people that are pushing this, a lot of them are innocent. They don't have the agenda that you know, certain other ones do. But at the same time, they're not using their logic and common sense, because they haven't even waited until they got everything back to see that it doesn't work. And I'm saying doesn't work because it's not going to work. I've already had people that have waited till it hasn't worked, and they've come and said it hasn't worked. And as I said, specifically, I know of a few, and one in particular that's got the attorney general for his state after him as a result of these filings. So yeah, it's not a joke. It's very serious, and there's a lot of people that are on the way there. And I got to say also, because this was brought up in the Skype room, people asking me what my thoughts are on Portia and We the People Bank. Anybody in our community, I really hope that you don't put any money into that. I'm not going to come right out and say anything bad right now. I'm going to give, and I hope Portia hears this, I'm going to give her until you know, the date that she specifies that she'll have that e-wallet up and running. And if she does not deliver by that date, then I'm going to start talking, because there's some really, really, really alarming stuff that's being brought to me about that. And there's 3 different GoFundMes with a really large amount of money now going into that. And I keep hearing that there's talk that she's not going to be able to talk to most of the people anymore coming soon, because she can't mix public and private, which is a total load of garbage. It has nothing to do with talking with people. I see somebody loading up with cash and making up a bunch of bullshit to get a huge sum of donations for the bank and other things, and that's going to run off in the sunset. And then I hear that loans are going to be offered, supposedly, which I think that's just to increase the donations for now. But you offering loans goes against everything that this movement stands for. So you mean to say that you're going to commit usury, which is exactly one of the main reasons of all of this to begin with. So let's keep going with our information that we're going with here. Let's see. Oh, you guys are loving that, huh? Good. I'm just speaking the truth. Somebody's got to, right? Up late. Oh, it's not even that late. Oh, shoot. It's 2 o'clock? What the heck? Last I looked at my phone, it was 12 o'clock, and that was like maybe, I don't know, what feels like half an hour ago? Can't believe it's 2 o'clock already. Doesn't even feel like it. Paralegal guy. Is paralegal guy over here or what? So guys, you guys got any questions? Sorry that the other live stream cut out. That's what I was saying. It's got me all screwed up. My Dawson, what YouTube? Please don't tell me that I'm going to go to your YouTube and it's going to be like that other guy that was trying to put up stuff discrediting the movement. Yeah, I really don't these days. You know, Leslie, the funny thing is especially with having Lyme for as long as I have always been super, super, super tired and exhausted, and I used to sleep like a good amount. And ever since I got into this movement, I don't know if it's just like I've got so much passion and drive for this, but I just like, there's days that the other, what was it, from Wednesday to Thursday, it was like 48 hours. I had like 2 hours of sleep, and then I finally just totally crashed. Might have actually been, wait, I think it was Wednesday night, because Wednesday night I was supposed to have a conference call. I think it was Tuesday to Wednesday, but the days kind of run together. I do have a Steemit going on, Brian, and a DTube. If you guys can go over there, and I put up 2 videos for the week, because the way that works is with Steemit, it's like they only take statistics for the first week. So if as many people can go over there and get that, you know, upvote it, comment on it, share it around. I have the full, if you guys saw that banned video that I put up, the full one is over on the Steemit. It's you know, full screen and everything. So if you guys want to check that out, go to it's on the DTube. You can catch it through the Steemit too. But yeah, go over there, check that out, give it an upvote. I also put up a video on Steemit or DTube asking them to make a like or a share button or a subscribe button. So if you guys can go over there and give a like, I'm hoping that that'll reach enough people so maybe they'll see it. There is a subscribe button or a follow button for what is it, the Steemit side, the blog side, but not for the DTube side. So I'm hoping they'll add that you know, and provide notifications for people that are subscribed or whatever. Let's focus on the, yeah, I am still focusing on BIS, definitely. I'm definitely focusing on them. But you know, I can't just focus on only one thing. We gotta focus on the whole picture. The Bank of International Settlements, the censorship, the Federal Reserve. We got a lot, but you know what? And that's one of the things I'm trying to work on doing. Audit Tuberous, I had you blocked on my other channel. Why is that? Looks like you got a cop car as your default picture. Audit Tuberous, are you an agent or an officer? Because you got like looks like a Challenger or a Charger police vehicle as your profile picture, bud. Yeah, I agree, derivative, but we also got to focus on the censorship. Otherwise, we're not going to have. Oh, maybe it's just me looking and it just looks small. Well, it's a small picture. I'm looking at the live chat. I can't. It doesn't look like an Audi. It looks like a Challenger or something to me. Could just be my small picture. All I know is I had you blocked on the other channel. I don't know. I think you were a troll. As long as you don't get out of line here, I'll leave you unblocked here, Auditubers. No, I actually like Audis. It just look, you know what it is on the picture? It looks like there's a light bar on top of it. Must be something on the house, maybe. Esoteric agenda. Probably. You got a check from Fidelity for what, Bruce? Who's doing videos on Harvey Dent's re-return? No, I have nobody else is in line, man. It's it's gonna be like that for a little while because people don't know about this channel. Yeah, and I'll tell you the other thing that doesn't help is the fact that unfortunately a lot of people are they're naive and it's not their fault. It's just the way it is, and I don't know if you guys caught that whole video that was put out 2 days ago where a certain somebody was insinuating that myself and Triple More and um, Jermaine were went and I don't know, stole her picture of her and her daughters and put it on, linked it to some kind of a porno thing, which I would never in a million years do. I am a Christian. I I said what I had to say to protect people. I'm not petty. I wouldn't go and do something sick like that. Um, but yeah, it's kind of funny. As soon as all the reversals kicked in and everybody started getting back that the accounts do not exist and all that for that method, and everybody started getting pretty pissed off because they felt fooled. Then all of a sudden, out of the blue, her window's broken and there's wire wrapped around her steering wheel, and somebody got into her account and made videos of porno videos with her and her daughter's pictures and all kinds of stuff. And I know it was kind of being insinuated that it was us, and I would never do something like that. That's not the kind of person I am. I'm not petty. I got better things to do. So it's funny though, because that was just a manipulation tactic. Just another manipulation tactic. Yeah, I know the notifications aren't working. I'm sorry for that. Um, what do you mean by that, auditubers? What's messed up? Stop advertising what? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get an email list going. So any of you guys that want to opt in to receive emails, do not, please, guys. I've got so many other email boxes. Don't email me with any kind of info or questions or anything at this email. This is just going to be used to opt into receiving emails to me, and then I'll take that and make a list. Since the notifications aren't working, it's going to be at this email. So you guys just can email and say, yes, I opt in or whatever. Please don't share any info or questions. I want to just keep it for that. So it's pretty cut and dry to the point. Well, audituberous, I'll unblock you on the other channel. It doesn't seem like you're being out of line. So I don't know why the hell you got blocked in the first place. I didn't block you personally. It was one of the mods over there. I just saw your name was on there. Her system doesn't work. It's full of shit. You guys can see just with what I showed you why you don't want to go that route. And like I said, yeah, Miss Nugent, you can have a there you go. Just don't kick anybody, Miss Nugent, unless they are like seriously out of line. I don't kick people for sharing a difference in beliefs as long as they're not doing it in a way where it's gonna lead people down a bad path. Tried a lot of different things. Well, that's the thing, though, audit, and that's why I'm trying to get the movement back to where it's supposed to be, because the accounts were working in the beginning, and they still are working. It's, you know what I think the problem is that so many people are getting led to all these other routing numbers. And I think that when they're mentioning all these charges, like what was in that Time article, I think that the ones that are going to be looking at charges are going to be the ones that are using all these other routing numbers. That's my personal opinion. Why would Nugent be a troll? She's not a troll. But yeah, it's that's the thing. I think that those are the ones that they're going to be going after, man. And I feel like that's why people are having so much trouble with the original recipes, because so many people are leading everybody astray. And you know, when you've got all these questionable, it's almost like, because there's like a team over there. It's like Ginger and then Portia are a team, because here's the weird thing is Portia's selling the same system that Ginger's pushing, and Portia is now charging people for what do you call them, like seminars. She's charging people for seminars for info. So that's one of the things I'm concerned with, is the fact that she's charging people for info. Nobody's supposed to be charging anybody for any of this. I mean, having a donation way, okay, that's understandable. It's a lot of time, whatever. If people decide they want to donate, they donate. That's one thing. But when you're telling people that they have to pay money for that info, that's when this turns into something that is negative, and that is that's what's going to ruin the image of this and the movement itself. And see, that's what's funny is I know that for a fact Ginger and Portia are tight. They're like they're pretty much, you know, two in the same. So I think that what's going on is they had a plan all along that Ginger was going to come up with this big bullshit story, and then Portia was going to end up pushing the bank and then start selling the information in seminars. And that's what's happening. And Ginger and Portia are splitting the profit. Anybody that put out a cease and desist order on public information about themselves should tell you point blank that there is something big that they are hiding. And when as soon as I found that, I don't know if you guys all saw that video I did, that long video with myself, Jermaine, Anonymous, and Triple. But when we found that when we were working as a group with Anonymous, and when we saw that, man, that really kind of irked me. That really irked me, man. That I knew right away that there was something seriously wrong. And that's what I don't understand is if their paperwork is the answer to solving all of it, then why are they requiring people to pay for that? That's the thing that I find amazing. And this is something I was thinking about today, and I want to share this with you guys. This may really, if anybody's in here that's on the fence, I think that this might put you over the fence, and you might really understand. And this is as true as you get. And you know what? I'm gonna take the camera and put it on me for this, so you can actually see me while I say this to you. Okay? Because this is very important information I'm going to share with you. All right. So here's the deal, guys. All right. And this should resonate with a lot of you. It just kicked me off again. So I had to come back in. But this should resonate with a lot of you. Now, if you look at it, and this is something very serious that I figured out, because I went and I was looking for, I was looking into all of these people that are pushing the secured party creditors and the UCC paperwork. Like, I'm not just talking the ones that are pushing it now. I'm talking about the ones that have been pushing it for years, and these ones that have been, you know, making lots of money on it, pushing it, doing all the screwed up things that they're doing, okay? When you go back and you look at a lot of these people, Tazadoc, Druana, even some of the even bigger people, when they even, like, I'm talking big people, when you go and you look years ago, they were actually talking about not doing all this paperwork, avoiding all this paperwork, and they had organized movements similar to this one, not the same, with the same exact subject and info that we're giving, but it was somewhere similar. And all of these people, okay, they all of a sudden turn and start saying, no, you got to be a secured party creditor. You got to file these UCCs. You got to take your straw man back. You got to claim that you're not dead. You got to do all this, okay? Now, the funny thing is every single one of these people are selling something. They're selling something. They all flip-flopped, hopped on board with the official narrative, which actually can get people in trouble. Now, none of these people ever get in trouble, and there's a reason for that. But all of these people are selling something, and they're all on the same narrative. Do you notice how there's not too many people out there that are saying what myself and Harvey and Triple and Jermaine are saying? There is not many people saying, no, don't do the paperwork. Stay away from the paperwork. Wake people up, make noise, keep moving forward, get enough people together, and make a change. A lot of those people sold out. Like I said, they started out with the right message, and then all of a sudden, when they built up momentum, they changed, flip-flopped. Okay? They flip-flopped. And that is because they either got approached by, some people higher up and said, hey, you need to sign this non-disclosure agreement. We're going to let you go free, and you'll be okay, and we'll give you a whole bunch of money. And then they're free to peddle their shit. Don't you think it's funny that they're able to go all around, the world selling their fucking shit? Excuse my French, but I can't. I have no other way to call it anything but that. And there's never a problem. They don't ever have a bump in the road. They're never getting arrested. Anytime you hear the main stream of whatever topic it is, when most of the voices are saying go one way, you always want to go the opposite way. Because if all of these people are all telling you to go one direction, chances are it's because they've been approached and they sold out. They sold out. Bottom line, they sold out. And then they get to sell you their books and their packets. They already have a whole bunch of money in the bank. Yeah, Miss Nugent, Joanna is wanted by who? Who says she's wanted? Herself? Right? That's the thing. Have you gone and actually done a search? Yeah, but that's what she says. Joanna says that. You got to understand, they're not going to sit there and tell you a story that they're not going to tell you that they're okie dokie fine. You know what I mean? They're going to make up a story. And literally, you really think that if she was legitimate and they had warrants for her and she was in the States, that she's just going to be able to buy a big boat and leave? Right. That's it, Fawn. Not a follower, a truth finder. That's it. You don't follow people. You find truth for yourself. You double check all the facts. But anybody, when you've got a huge group of people all doing the same thing, saying the same thing, and that's the common MO, you don't want to go that way. That's the distraction. That's the disinformation. You want to go to the beat of your own drum. You want to go to the way that your gut is telling you to go. You want to look at all the facts. You want to look at all the information and decipher it for yourself. So, yeah, man, that's like, it just kind of like that I had an epiphany where it kind of clicked in my head, and I'm like, you know what? I should really look into all these people's backgrounds and see like what they were pushing originally. So I did. And the funny thing is they were all at one point saying, they were down the rabbit hole. They were looking for the truth, and they were all about, making change and this and that. And then all of a sudden, just like snap of a finger, their whole MO changed, and they're all about secured party creditor, UCC, take care of me and screw everybody else. And that's like if you think about that's like this, that's playing on society's, that's playing on what society has indoctrinated us into, that selfish me mentality. So, if you look at the overall MO of that whole movement and that whole play, it actually it like stinks to high heavens of New World Order, control, deception. And that's the thing is, so you're doing something that's pretty much illegal when you're filing all those papers. So it's a trap. They basically got you where they want you. So at that point, they can say, all right, you're either going to be a good little boy or a good little girl for the rest of your days, or you're going bye-bye. And that's it. They can use that to then control you. And then you're not able to do what we're doing. You're not able to fight the Fed. You're not able to, because if you do, then your ass is going to jail. That's it. They can't show you the proof. And a lot of the people that you guys are hearing, like that are coming around and pushing it right now, all those people are, they're the normal people. They're excited. They filled it out. They think it's the solution. They're excited because they think they found the solution. And I feel really bad because all of them are going to be in for a rude awakening when it doesn't do a damn thing. And when some of them potentially end up having criminal charges on them, I don't understand. I mean, and not to mention, I got an email from one of the community. They posted me on secured party creditor group on Facebook. What do you mean they posted me? They're trying to pretend that it's me? Yeah, that audit paper of the Fed definitely seems like it. Freedom, Denise. Thank you. Good night. Right, Fawn. That's exactly it. It's another contract. No, they can't prove it. That's all contingent on this. Do you guys understand the relevance of that December? What was it? December 31st. That's all fallen into the New World Order bullshit again. And the funny thing is I got an email. That's why I did a video on it. I got an email last week, a couple days after, because she did the whole "oh, I'm so hurt" thing, and her and Gary. Oh, I lost so much respect for that person. Why? Because I brought up facts. I brought up valid facts. I put them out there and said, you're telling people to do this. You've got some really shady shit going on here. You lied and said you were a paralegal when clearly you're actually like a tutor school teacher. You're not a paralegal. So you lied about who you are and what you do to try to give yourself more credibility. And you lied about a lot of other things. And, like you're so hurt from what? From what? What are you hurt from? What did I do so wrong? I put out facts that needed to be answered. And they still have yet to be answered. And I still have yet to see your face on a live stream. I still have yet to see you in person. And you sound identical to Sharon. And Sharon disappeared now that you're out there. And Sharon was saying that there was all these big things going on, just like the lawsuits, which I never heard anything back from them on that. That's why I'm doing it now. And with me, I'm actually contacting attorneys. The problem is I'm not getting any that are willing to touch it. But, yeah. So, and you sound just like Cindy K. Courier. And I know that you're hooked up with her, and we all know that she's a New World Order puppet. And now you're, as per the email I got from somebody, she's messaging people, telling them to get in bed with Swiss Indo. When you read Swiss Indo's paperwork, it specifically says that it's in relation to the UN, that the UN oversees Swiss Indo. Like, are you kidding me? The UN? Anything with the UN, you want to run the other way. New World Order again. Then you got English royalty and everything else in Swissenville. Just craziness, man. I don't get it. Yeah, there's holes all over it. And like I said, I mean, you know what the funny, and this is what it all is. When I put out all that information on the facts that I found on her, like, it's facts. And the problem is a lot of the people that sat there and got so mad at me for it, for doing what I did, and they ran and ran over there, they didn't watch the whole video. If they watched the whole video, they would be like using the rule of thumb rule, where you stay so far away that you can't see it if your thumb can't cover it. Literally, that's how, like, at the end, that's where the most damning information is in that video. Is at the end of that video. She literally went like 2 weeks before she came out of the blue and then put out cease and desist orders hiding information on her of her past, whatever it is. I mean, I flat out said, we're all human. We make mistakes. All of us has something from our past that we don't want out there. Every single one of us does. We're all human beings. When you go to lengths to hide that 2 weeks before appearing out of thin air, there's something seriously stinky there. Yeah, you don't have to file anything, man. And like I said, that I don't know if you guys saw that that video I did, but that is pure gold, I think. That is one paper I am going to fill out, is that audit form, because it ties nowhere into government. That audit form, they may turn around and they may bullshit it, but at least if we're filling that out, we're leaving a trail that we were trying to find out the truth about our accounts. Yeah, with that, you're leaving a trail, okay, a paper trail, that you're trying to access those accounts and you're trying to find out what's going on with the accounts. So when we do finally get that lawsuit, we have evidence. That's what I'm thinking. That's why I'm willing to do, but I'm not willing to do anything else. I'm only willing to do it because it has no government ties. And when I sign, I'm going to sign UCC 308, and I'm going to sign UCC 103. And that's different. I think a lot of people don't realize that signing that is not filling out a UCC. That's reserving your rights. There's a big difference. Yeah, I don't know what's up with Gary. I don't know if Gary's just like, if he's tricked, because I thought Gary was a really good guy, and I'm kind of disappointed. I tried reaching out to him, and I tried telling him that he's getting played like a fiddle, and for some reason he's not listening. I don't know if it's that he's just really doesn't realize how messed up she is, or what, but here, I'm gonna put the conference call thing back up in case we do have a call. I'm gonna let our caller call in, and I'm gonna put the conference call thing back up. If you guys anybody's got like a last minute burning desire call, then they can go ahead. I'm just enjoying being able to talk to you guys, man. That's driving me nuts. So any of you that are willing to put in the, just try to watch as many of the videos over and over as you can, just for a day or two. Even if it's just a couple times, it'll help just get that full. So I don't have to only do 2-hour live stream blocks. I'll be able to record full blocks again. Share. All right. Doug. Doug? Doug, you there? You got to unmute yourself, Doug. You were in the conference call list. I clicked on you. Not hearing you for some reason. Speak, Doug. Huh. Let me see if something weird's going. Oh, there we go. I just heard you.
Mike?
Yeah, what's up, Doug?
I had put something in the comments about something I found on YouTube, and it's Rob Ryder.
Yeah.
And it's the description on the video is Trump might be clubs but not president, and it's got to do with oath to office, which I think might be good for Heather and them's case.
Trump might be what, but not president?
Clubs but not president.
Okay.
And it's R-O-B R-R.
Yeah, I know Rob Ryder. I know Rob Ryder.
Okay.
Yeah, keep going. I'm just gonna run and grab a soda while you're on.
But that might be good for their case, maybe. I don't know.
All right. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. Sorry, I needed something. My mouth is totally dry, and my caffeine was wearing off, so I need a little pick me up.
Okay. That's all I had to add. If anybody else wants to get
Well, I know you were talking earlier, and you were getting into some stuff. You got any? Did you want to keep going on what you were talking about earlier, or anything?
I did have a question.
Sure.
I was wondering if maybe this might have something to do with my routing number not working with my account. I quit paying taxes like back in 12. And do you think that could have something to do with it not working?
I doubt it. I truthfully doubt it.
Okay.
I think that a lot of that speculation and this is the thing a lot of people don't understand is this has been going on since the end of June. I got involved in this about like maybe the second to last or last day of June is when I found out about this, and then started researching. And I made my first video on this topic. I think it was the 10th or the 9th of July. I had already been, using the account and researching as much as I could before I made a video. So in that time, though, there's been a lot of speculation, a lot of questioning. Like in the beginning, even a lot of people asking the same thing because they were having trouble accessing it. And people were in the same boat. Like I stopped paying taxes, or I stopped doing this, or I stopped doing that. And it didn't seem like it was specific to people's specific issues that they had. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
It was like it almost seemed like it was just kind of hit or miss, because you'd have one guy that stopped paying taxes for a year or two who couldn't access it for some reason. And then when he was asking that question in some of the forums or the comments, you'd have somebody that stopped paying taxes 20 years ago and they were able to access it just fine. And there's many different I guess you'd say many different topics that people had like that, but that's just an example.
Right.
I don't think that really would affect it, truthfully.
Right. They sent me a letter a couple years ago, and wanted me to pay my 2012 taxes, and I stamped the letter that they sent me with UCC 1-308, and didn't sign it, anything, sent it back to them. And they sent me a letter that any more frivolous letters would be, finable. But I don't respond to them anymore at all, and I haven't heard from them in 2 years.
I know a lot of people have had success paying taxes A for V.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I tried that too, and it didn't work. I don't know why my account is showing up invalid. It doesn't make any sense to me because we all know it's there.
Right.
So my next step is to get another Social Security number and use the numbers on the back.
When you tried A for V, whose method did you try? Did you try Christopher Fleming's?
That packet that
Stop the Pirates?
Yes, that packet there.
Well, obviously there's stuff's not as good as they want to claim, because the guy that wrote most of their stuff is in prison. So.
See, and I didn't know that until you had posted that on one of your videos.
Yeah, I'm actually getting attacked by them too.
Really?
Yeah, they're going around. They're one of the ones slandering me. They started mass attacking my videos because they were mad that that Vanessa, who bought the program, I want to make sure this is on the video. That way, if they listen to it, then they can realize that they're just being assholes, because Vanessa bought the program from them. They were trying to claim that I stole their program and I'm messing with their livelihood because I put it out for free for everybody, which just shows you what they're about. But so Vanessa bought their program. She paid the $60 for their program, and she had, she'd been following the movement. She'd been a part of it. She was, very involved, and she offered to, give all of the parts that she paid for to the channel for free, because she had already paid for it, so I could put it in the Dropbox. So when people were doing research, they could then, look at the documents. Because as we've said, from the beginning, I have not been promoting secured party creditor or UCC. So they're kind of being stupid for getting mad at me, because I've been openly combating using that method. I just put it up there for research purposes so people could, look at it and understand what it is and what it pertains to. And there were some people that used it, but that was with me warning them, that I didn't think it was a good idea. And that was before I found out the really bad information about it, which was that people that had gone and filed the UCCs had, the attorney general of their state after them, and criminal, charges and stuff. So.
Right. I bought the package as well. I mean, it was only $60, but and I will admit, I did file the UCC one, and I haven't heard anything about that.
Okay, so and I'm not, just so you know, I'm not this is important. That's like what coming out with that is so important, because people hear, then they can hear firsthand from somebody that filled that out and did that. How long ago did you do that?
It's been about a year.
So it's been a year, and you have no better access to your account by filing the UCC1 and secured party creditor information.
No, no. And regarding that, I look at it this way. I mean, yes, I did jump and file the UCC1, but why should we file anything for something that we already own? We didn't ask for the birth certificate. We didn't ask for the Social Security card. It's there. It's ours. And using that is not fraud. How can you be frauded for using something that's already yours?
Right. And when you filed that UCC1 and all that, did you have any kind of negative correspondence, like from any kind of legal?
Nope. I haven't heard anything about anything. I mean, mind you, I didn't do it says you need to go back in there and do the trust thing. I haven't done any of that because now I've been listening to you, and you're right. Why should we fill anything out?
Well, I have a feeling that had you gone further with it, that you probably, because I know most of the people, I've talked to a lot of people that have filed it, just a lot of them weren't willing to go on, come out and admit it publicly. But don't worry, you're safe. But I think that had you started to push it or pursue it, that's when you would have probably ran into a problem. So
basically, all I did was
that, or you got lucky.
Right. Basically, all I did is put me in charge of my birth certificate and the numbers that are on there and this and that.
And what has it done for you with that?
It hasn't done anything. Like I said, I should have control of my accounts, right, from using that, but it's invalid account. So I thought maybe it was just me, and I had a friend of mine go get his Social Security card because his was a copy, you couldn't see the back, and did the same thing with his, called that AccuCheck, is that it?
Yeah.
And invalid account on his also. So I don't know what's going on there.
Wow. So do you guys hear? No. Do you guys hear that? This gentleman was kind enough to share that information with us. He filled out the UCC1 and the secured party creditor, and he's in the same exact position as all of us. He did it a year ago, so it's, for any, I know Ginger's whole group's going to start saying, well, it takes time. Or I know the next thing will be, well, come December 31st, he'll have his Bitcoin Nasara set off. But no, it's like I said, man, you got the right idea. And I think, that's been a year or so. The whole point will be is I think that after, with it being a year, you can pull yourself back out of the system. I think that you're definitely lucky that you didn't have any kind of negative recourse, because I know a lot of people that have. And like the one guy is, I tried to get him to come on and speak about it, but he's definitely afraid because, like I said, he's got the attorney general for his state after him. And I also think it depends on where you are, how aggressive they are with coming after you for doing it.
Right. I mean, I don't really care what they think of me. Like I said earlier, I do everything I can to defy them. And
right. Stick it to the man. That's it.
Right. I mean, like I said, I don't have a plate on my car that's paid for, and I don't carry my driver's license with me when I'm at home. And I've told my wife, if they pick me up for anything, don't come up there looking for me by my name. I don't want them to know who I am. I'm not going to give them my fingerprints. They got 72 hours to arraign me, and whether they know who I am or not. So I just, we need to get out from under them.
Definitely, that's it. And the only way to do that is to wake people up, you know, a mess, and make so much noise that, and if making noise doesn't work, then from there, then we gotta, you know, we gotta take legal action with a large group and get them out. But
Right. Right. All right. Well, I don't know if there's anybody else wanting to talk. Like I said, I appreciate everything you do, and
I
spread the word, brother.
I appreciate you, you know, sharing that with us. By the way, if you don't mind, what state are you?
Michigan.
You're Michigan. Okay. So I just want to know for that whole fact, like I was saying, I want to try to see if maybe it's by state basis how hard they are on people, because I know that the gentleman that I was talking about is in a southern state that's pretty strict. So it may be that, you know, that's how they go, or it depends on how much you really screw with them with it is what how they determine it. Maybe I don't know, but I'm definitely glad you had no recourse from that. So
Me too.
yeah.
But yeah, check out that video, man. About it's about the oath to office, and that our president, our judges, prosecuting attorneys, police, none of them are taking the correct oath to office, which means all of their cases are null and void. I mean, if they're not doing it correctly, then they're not a judge.
Definitely agree.
It could be important to their case.
For sure. I definitely agree. Yeah, and the fact that when you go through, like I showed you guys, with their case, Heather and Randy, the fact that they don't, you know, they're not following like they're supposed to be, with the terminology. You know, they got the United States, and they got the United States of America. You know, they're not like, I don't know if you guys watched that video I did, but I did a video going into the difference between the different names of the U.S. and the attorneys and their jurisdictions, and whether or not they're supposed to. So that I'm hoping that there's something to what I found, and that maybe that's a useful tool to combat, you know, the unlawful charges for Heather and Randy.
Well, I don't know if you realize this, but if you look into the Constitution, all laws are in a 10-mile square area of the United States, which is D.C.
Yeah. Oh, no, definitely. Yep.
In the laws that are imposed on us are commercial laws. They don't have anything to do with you. They get to do with your straw man, but that's not you. So I don't know. My wife thinks I'm crazy and drives me nuts when I talk about this stuff. But
They all think we're crazy. All of our wives think that we're crazy. You know what though? My missus, I gotta say, she at first she was really kind of like not believing me, and she was mad, and then, you know, it gets really hard on her, like with all the time that I put into this and the time it takes away. And you know, it just like anything that takes so much time, it creates some bumps and some hurdles and a little bit of tension. But she's really, she's been super, you know, understanding, and now she's like really kind of she kind of pays attention, and she's really, she believes in it. So
mine's starting to come around too. And you know, you could use the saying of freedom isn't free. Well, this is a freedom movement, and it cost our time. You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. But I mean, it was tough on her, but she's definitely she's been super understanding. So
I don't know how to get to your backup.
oh, the backup channel? Yeah, here, let me give you the link. Just make sure to subscribe, because that's where all the sorry, my brain's a little bit slow now. It's because it's like almost 3. It's after 3. Oh, good golly. Yeah. But yeah, it's that's where all the live streams are going to be until I get the appeal done with AssTube. So but yeah, and also I don't know if you checked out the DTube or not, but I can get you that link too.
I was there just after you told me about it, and I had just go in and sign up. Now I'm waiting for them to send me a.
Well, I'll put the link. I'll put the link directly to the YouTube or to the DTube channel in the comment section here, and then tell me. You might be able to just still go see the videos without being signed up. If you're not, then that's probably why I've been seeing a lot of people saying that they couldn't access it for whatever reason. So I'll do a video showing people how to get all signed up and all that. Because it's definitely going to be nice to have that as a backup. And then being that you guys can, you guys would then be able to, thanks, Ronald, thank you. She's absolutely drop dead gorgeous. Very lucky, very, very lucky. You know, being that you guys are able to make, you know, even if it's not much, to make something on, you know, doing something you're already doing. I was like, you know, when I saw that, I was like, I could go on other channels and whatever that would be probably more beneficial, but I figured it was better off going there because you guys do so much and you put in so much time and devotion. So why the hell not, right? I'd rather something that's going to give back to you guys also. That's very important to me.
Well, it's important what you do for us, man, and I appreciate it, and I'm sure everybody else too, except for the naysayers, but I don't care what they think.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And you know, we've got some really great people here, and that's one thing I'm so grateful. I've got, you know, I've got all you guys. I've got a gorgeous fiance. Oh, Bleeding Edge Digital put out a new video against me. I guess the asshole didn't listen to me. He's going to be getting charges on him, and he's going to be getting sued. So good job, Bleeding Edge. You got friggin' 12 videos harassing me specifically, and I told you. I guess you're going to be getting the cease and desist with your harassment, and from there I'm going to sue your ass. So I'm done dealing with the trolls, man. I'm just done with them. I'm going to start pressing charges on them and suing them. That's all I'm going to do.
Get them.
That's it, man. That's the problem. That's why we've got so many of them, and they just do whatever they want because nobody actually stands up and does anything about it. And that's another part of the movement that I'm going to take on is the trolls are going to learn that you can't keep doing that stuff and not have consequences. So
right. You know, all the people that say, "Oh, this isn't happening," don't you think that if yes, they went after Heather and what's his name?
Randy,
but they're going to try to make an example out of them. Don't you think if this was illegal that we would all be in jail?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, come on. Do they think that we're that stupid?
No, you're not. And they are. That's the problem. Is the trolls are. These trolls are. If you've actually listened to them and like Bleeding Edge, for example, this is how ridiculous the guy is. Okay. He sits there and he thinks he's onto something because Harvey and myself had backup channels that were made a year in advance. Like anybody who puts out any kind of YouTube comment or content in the truth movement, they know that they have to make a backup channel because YouTube they censor you, your accounts get taken down. So you have to have a backup way to be able to do things. So he went in, he thought he was like Inspector Gadget or something, going snooping around, looking at Harvey's his YouTube channels, his GoFundMe, like literally no stone unturned. And then in the same breath, then he starts talking about some of the TDA stuff, and he doesn't realize that the stuff that he's reading off and he's talking about, like he's reading off all of the holes and then trying to make it sound like he knows what he's talking about, and he doesn't. He's a you know, I'm not going to talk down upon him because he's still a person, but the bottom line is he's not like taking the time to actually do the research or any of that. There were several things that he put up, and I'm like, dude, you obviously don't like check any of your facts, man.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are just so brainwashed by our government, and you know, they're used to being told that they can do this, but don't try doing this, and they're scared. So they think that because we have an idea and it's correct, that we're a scam.
Right.
You know, that we're trying to tell people to do things that are not lawful. Well,
right, and you know, and
because the same could go for them. Just because they don't think it's true, that doesn't make it right. I mean, I could tell you that I'm the president of the United States, and you know it's not true, but 10 other people might say, "Is he really?"
Right, exactly, and you know,
they don't know how to think for themselves.
Right, and you know, it's like whether the guy is an agent or whether the guy is just a guy that's got nothing better to do. The truth of the matter is, and he's not entirely honest with himself or anybody else either, because when you think about it, the guy pops up out of nowhere. He decides he's going to make a YouTube channel. He's spending all of his free time worrying about my life and Harvey's life and other people's lives that just so happen to be some of the highest ranked names and the highest ranked words in specific subjects. And that's all he's covering. And, you know, like, there's a reason why he's doing that, and that's because he's trying to either he's an operative and he's making money to do it, or B, he's doing it because he wants to build up a YouTube channel because he openly says, I only make $10 an hour at my job and I hate it, and he's trying to make a revenue stream, which good for him, whatever. But you're going to do that by harassing, defaming, and slandering people that are out here trying to help others and trying to like make the changes that he's obviously not I guess man enough to make. Just ridiculous.
Well, here's my opinion on that. And say if people don't know about you, okay?
Yeah.
But then they run into this idiot. Well, now they know about you, so they're going to check you out, and that's possibly another follower.
Yeah, very true.
You know, so bad publicity is good publicity sometimes.
Yeah, it is. I mean, because the stuff that he says is just outright ridiculous. So he kind of just makes a fool of himself because he doesn't even verify any of his facts.
Right.
So it's whatever. I just at the bottom line, if he keeps harassing me personally, he can move on to whoever else he wants. If he keeps harassing me personally, I'm just sick of it. So I'm going to end up pressing charges and suing his ass. I already had a letter typed up for him. So.
Right. If you get 10 people from his bullshit videos, and good for you. I mean,
yeah.
And thank you to him.
Yeah. Well, it's a little different though when he's making up bullshit and slandering me. That's not okay. You know. Right. Honestly, I wouldn't say a damn thing if everything he said was fact. If he had like actual facts on me, okay, dude, there you go. You know, but he doesn't. He's just making shit up and whatever. So, but anyway, I appreciate it, brother. You got anything else you wanted to share? Or?
Nope, I'm pretty much said everything I need to say.
All right, brother. Appreciate it, and thank you for being willing to share all that with everybody about the UCC filings.
No problem. And I guess if it helps people, it does. And I'm sure there's going to be people out there that have bad things to say about it, but whatever.
Well, if you are willing to help out, I'm going to try to gather together some people that have already done the UCCs and all that, and make a video to help everybody out, like kind of an honest truth video from people that have done it, and it hasn't done what they were promised, just to save people from paying all that money for those packets. And because not all of them are only $60, some of them go up to $1,500. And
right, and that's why I only did that one, because it was 60.
Yeah, and they're the same exact thing. It's the ones that charge you $1,500 are no different. They give you no better results. So
Okay. I'm going to shoot you my phone number here in the message. If keep it if you need it to call me.
Sounds good, brother.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you, and have a good night. And again, appreciate you.
Appreciate you too, brother. Much love. 214.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's up, man?
Good to hear your voice, man. It's been a while. I've been trying to get on this call with y'all for a while. I ain't gonna hold you up too long, but I just want to bring a little good news that, I've been following y'all for the past 2 months now. And I've been keen on to what you've been saying with that paperwork. I'm not gonna lie, every time I see people do paperwork, I've been seeing them get locked up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the UCC one, from what I've been researching with it, is giving you sovereignty from the United States, right? And that's the main, one of the main factors they try to judge you with. All depending on what you are, who you are, they probably label you a enemy of the state or something. Ain't no telling with it, but all I can say is I appreciate what y'all doing, man. Keep doing what you're doing. I know the trolls out there, and I also did the fidelity thing. I was able to get a check, and they sent me a checkbook with a debit card. And the funny thing is, they denied first. Got that I sent the check. They denied it, and so I just thought they just took it back like everything else, reversed whatever. And 2 weeks later, they sent me a debit card. I never got that activated. And then a week after that, they sent me a $500 check. And it's got watermarks and everything from their bank. I also been following you about about everything else. So I just want to say I appreciate what you're doing, man. That's all I want to say. I ain't want to take up too much of how it go. You got like thousands of, I know you got because of people, because when I follow y'all, also group, and we do research on it also. So we got all kinds of books and other stuff too. If you want to keep involved with it, so you want to take a look at it. But I also got the check. You want to get a group of that, or whatever the case may be. But I'm gonna keep fighting for this one thing. So, excuse my language.
Definitely, brother. Definitely. Appreciate it.
But I sure I'm gonna keep following y'all. Oh yeah, one more other thing. I tried getting in contact, but he gave me a broken document. So
what was that?
I tried to get in contact with Harvey, and I knew get in contact with you is what you just stated. That's like I needed to a haystack. So the little email that Harvey gave me was an email, or I guess it was both. So I'm
these channels with y'all, man, and just stay in contact and give you progress on what we doing over here. I'm jealous. We got a lot of people down here. I got, like, people following this with me.
Yeah, definitely, brother.
I've been researching for about 2 months now, man. I think the first video I seen of yours was right after the Harvey video that I seen when he was like, show you how to pay your bills, and like the little part fun shit. I thought following y'all since then. So I'm trying to stay close to what y'all talking about, because it seems like y'all pretty much lead to the right path, because I'm looking at the paperwork like, man, that looks shaky. And I'm like, if you got your birth certificate, your original birth certificate, your social security number, and if you sign it, you know, thinking you should have authorization to use everything up under that. You get what I'm saying? So I was like, fuck that paperwork, man. I ain't trying to hear it. If you gonna come get me, come get me. So that's how we living down here. So
Definitely.
man, keep pushing. You got some more people down here looking at you. So
awesome, man. Yeah, you know, every day, if everybody can go out and wake up 1 or 2 people, then before we know it, things will be different. We'll be living in a totally different you know, country. The one back to the republic that it was supposed to be.
yeah.
So definitely, man. Appreciate it, man.
I appreciate you and Harvey, because no lie, just a quick little backstory, man. Our water was off when we found this out, and our water been on. You know what I mean? We was able to get our internet cut back on. That never got returned. I was able to pay my fee. My wife now, I was able to pay her student loans. That haven't gotten returned, and that was over $60,000. So, man, I stay close with the original recipe, like KFC, man. I ain't trying to go with them other numbers. I done heard so many other numbers. You can add a 0 to this number, then you go. I'm like, what? Ain't that fraud? You know what I'm saying? Add numbers to numbers, and that ain't gonna add up. That's fraud. You know what I'm saying? So I'm staying clear. I'm staying over here with this one. So appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all.
Awesome. We appreciate you too, brother. Thank you.
Sure.
Do you have anything else you wanted to add?
Oh no, man, that was basically it. I know it's been a long time. I've been on your wall for a while trying to talk to you, but that's really all I wanted to tell you, bro. That we done progressed to getting the check. Now I've been having this check since August the 9th. They denied me of the check. I think it was in July, sometime like in the last week of July, when they denied the check, right? But they issued me the check on August the 8th, on August the 9th, and I received the check in my mail on August the 10th. Turned around exactly 7 days after that, received my checkbook from it. You know what I'm saying? And it got my account number. When I called Fidelity, they was like, you got 0. But if you send us that check, I'll put it in your account, and you can have that, you know, that balance in your account, and it will be credited to your account, because the check is actually from Fidelity's bank. It's UMB National, I guess, and located in Kansas City, Missouri. That check came from them, and I was trying to call to ask about the check, because I tried to cash it at Walmart, and they was like, call your third-party creditor. So I did that. Called Telecheck. They said they don't even recognize the check. So I called Fidelity. Fidelity say call UMB. So I called UMB. UMB say that is an actual check. We don't know how you got it, but it's a check. It got the right number. It got an account number. I'm telling you, this guy, they mouth, man. They was like, he got an account number and a route number to our bank, and it says, and they told me to ask what the number is on the back of the check, the full number on the bottom, and I gave them all that information. And I bullshit you not, before I updated my information on Telecheck, they sent all of my information to me in all caps anyway. This before I even opened up the because I just, you know how they ask you how you want to transfer money, and I just said another bank, and I didn't add it to the Fidelity bank account, like, as you know, as a source of income. I just added it at that point, and they sent all my information in uppercase by itself. You know, my card, my checkbook, all my name is capitalized with my updated address and everything. So, man, I'm gonna keep listening, and I might not get on a whole lot of calls until I gather more information on trying to manifest it, because us down here, like, they gonna have to come and get us. So
Well,
we
now,
in the fight with that.
where did you get a check from? Are you saying that you ordered checks?
Fidelity sent me a check.
Oh, the checkbook. Yeah, I got the same one. Yeah. You're talking about the check, the deposit book and the checkbook that they sent you, right?
Yeah, it's the little bitty one saying that you can transfer your funds on to here if you need it or whatever.
Yeah.
But they didn't. But why did they denied me this? They said I couldn't even have this because I didn't have no account in that name when I processed all of this information.
Yeah, I know. I got the same thing. It's just you're not able to access it.
Oh, well,
I know.
They went on and sent a little check, and I cashed it. So they deposited in my account. So I'm not gonna do too much about it like that, because from what I'm gathering from y'all, you could possibly get in trouble for you know, doing money like that. You know, so I did a small amount, you know, something small. I started off small, so I'm still gathering information on it, on our end, because our little old system down in Dallas, man, it's all about money. If you
Hold on one second, brother.
funds,
The live stream, they're asking how much the checks were for. It's not that he had a specific check, guys. What it was just like, I don't know if you saw Harvey's video today, but I actually had the same thing. I just didn't make a video of it because you're not able to access any of the money on it. When you set up an account with Fidelity, if you had transferred funds into Fidelity to open a Fidelity account, which I did, the GoFundMe page never went down, troll. Miss Nugan, take care of that, troll, please. Yeah, so basically, guys, what happened was just like when I had opened up a Fidelity account, this gentleman he opened up a Fidelity account and had tried to transfer some money in from the trust, and and then he got a debit card and all that, just like Harvey had done. And basically, the only problem is once you get all that, Fidelity locks your account. Like, you can get in your account, but you can't access any of the funds. So normally with Fidelity, you can actually write checks, or you can take those deposit slips or withdrawal slips, and you can go and you can pull out money or transfer money at the bank or wherever else, and then you get a debit card as well, so you can pull out money based off your account and your securities and whatnot. Well, unfortunately, when you use that account, just like with Treasury Direct, because I opened a Treasury Direct account, that was like one of the first things I did, and I bought a bunch of CDs and bonds and stuff, and I was gonna transfer stuff. And that got locked, just like Fidelity got locked. So that's what he was sharing. So
can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Because the check that they sent me, I'm gonna tell you what the amount that I had. Because I'm not gonna lie, I got mad when they sent me this check, man. Because I wish I could have set myself before. You know what I'm saying? If I would have known that the first time, but then like you said, if I sent, so you telling me if I was to send this check, but they sent a $500 check, right? So from the UMB National Bank, if I was to send this check back, they'll lock my account.
If you say that one more time. Say that one more time.
Like if I was to, like they sent me a $500 check from Fidelity's bank, sent me a $500 check, right? And they told me if I was to send it back to them, they'll credit my account the $500 check that they sent. Like what you're saying is they'll lock it if I do that.
So, but what? Wait, I thought you were talking about a checkbook. Now you're talking about a check.
I got a check. No, I'm saying I got a checkbook plus I got a check. Like
okay.
I literally got.
So what? Okay. So whoa. So what was the check for?
The check I had when I first opened up the account, I wired myself $500 from the account. This is before I had updated it through Telecheck, right? And at first they denied the check. This is what I was talking about earlier. First they denied the check, but 2 weeks later they sent me a debit card, and a week after that they sent me a check for $500 that I got denied. So when I started calling about it, they said that it's an authentic check. Now I can give you proof of it, and I can give it. I'll show you to it.
So
and I thought it was.
So what are they doing? They're saying, I'm just having trouble hearing you because there's like some feedback and you're very low on your phone. So are they saying that they're saying that the check is invalid? That there's they canceled the check?
No, it's saying that I can go cash the check wherever. But
so why wouldn't you cash it? Do me a favor. Can you do me a favor? Can you take like some pieces of paper or something, okay? And make sure you cover the numbers on the check. Do not send me a picture with the numbers showing. Cover the number, like cut out some piece of paper, cover the routing number and the account number. And if you've got any personal information that's on the check that you don't want to be seen, just put little piece of paper over it to hide it, and send me a picture of that check, because that's proof that the money, and that came from did that come from the Federal Reserve account, or did that come from the lesser bank method?
I know, I promise. This came from using the original method. My original number is Chicago. The letter G. And when I used it, it went through. And when they accepted it, see, this is what I think. I think it was a loophole. And they really was trying, like I said, when I went on the Federal Reserve Bank website, it states that using the federal ACH check, that it will be a penalty against the people that's trying to send it back. So I'm guessing that they had to send me a check due to the fact that they you know what I mean?
Well, right. Yeah, we know that they can't send it back, because then they're gonna have to pay a fee, and that's the problem. And that's what all these other all of these other places we've paid these bills are keeping our money. So that's what I'm saying. Can you do me a favor, like as soon as possible? Can you cover the numbers and send me a picture of that check? And if you have any kind of paperwork or proof that that came from that account, send that to me. I want to get a video and get that up. That is proof right there.
I can show you. I can well, to do better than that, I can show you because when I updated my account on Telecheck, like how y'all was saying, they seen that I tried to process the check at Walmart, and I don't know what I can give you to show you proof about that part. Like what do you need to show you proof that I used the numbers to get it? Because that's the only account. I don't have any bank. I don't have no bank account. The only thing that I have is Fidelity. That's the first thing that I've ever opened in my life. So.
Yeah. I mean, if you can you still get in in your Fidelity online site to look at the transfer of the $500?
That's the point that I'm having trouble with looking at myself is because they show I'm in my account, and when I call, like I can call them tonight, and when I call,
record it. Yeah, when you call, record it. Get a recorded call of them saying, have them verify for you the routing number that they used or that you used to make that purchase. Tell them that if they give you the information that you'll send them the check, whatever. You don't have to. I mean, that's up to you. But just tell them that just so that they'll do what you're asking. Get them on the phone. Get them to admit that that came from that routing number that way, and record that call. That is proof, man. You've got the proof.
I've been sitting on this check since August the 9th. August the 10th.
Fuck, man. I wish I knew that.
I was trying to promise the guy. I've been trying. I've been trying to put it on the wall, but I was like, when Harvey gave me his email, the first thing that I did was like emailed him the check. But like,
yeah,
I own a business down here in Dallas. So
hey, do me a favor. Do me a favor. I'm gonna walk you through all this. Take down this phone number, and that way, if you have any trouble, you can call this number, and if need be, I'll even go on three-way with you if you can't record the call, and I'll record it. Okay.
All right, I'm ready.
318-228-1572. That's the business phone number for the channel. Okay. But as soon as you can, take a picture of that check. Just make sure whatever you do, you cover up the routing number and the account number. That way, your personal information is not, being sent. I don't want like that. You can send me the check, the picture of the check. Just please cover that information because I don't want anybody trying to say that I asked anybody for any kind of you know what I mean, and trying to, because I already have people trying to make I know it's not you. I'm talking about people that are hearing this call will try to say I'm trying to take your information. So
no,
right.
See, I've been popping out for a while. So you say the number is 318-228.
1572. That's actually I got that line, that second line. It's a Louisiana number, so that when Randy calls me from the jail, instead of only getting 15 minutes on a 20-minute $20 phone card, he'll get a lot more because it's a local number.
Okay.
Hey, Peter Johnson, you're a troll. Go scratch your ass. Can you get rid of Peter Johnson, Miss Nugan? Bye-bye, troll.
But that like you were saying about your wife was the same way. But like I told her, she's behind me after I got this check. Because I told her I'm gonna keep going until I find out a way to manifest some money out of that. You know what I'm saying? Because
Thank you.
I figured when I heard that it was one YouTube video that I was listening to where they were talking to the Social Security people, and me having verification that you, as the person that owns the rights to this card or this straw man, however you want to put it, I don't care if it's a business account, a slaughter account, I don't give a damn. We got money in it. As long as you're the person with that, Social Security card, I'm like, you got authorization to use the account number that's on it. So when they told me about the GMEI utility website, when they told me about that, I'm like, if that's the true website, then I'm like, that's money in the bank. So I'm gonna let them continue to put money in the account. So I want to know how to get the money out of it. And I got a couple of people that's on this right now. So this is the only proof that I have, and I want to cash it back. But I've been holding on to the proof because I know that y'all said, Harvey said, because that was the first person that I started following with him. He was like, if you got proof, send it to me. And you said the same thing, if I'm not mistaken, in the first two videos that you made.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to send it to you since I had it.
Yeah, I haven't gotten any emails with saying anything like that.
And I ain't hit you in no emails. I just I went on a couple of videos. You will see my little logo. It's a BJP logo. It's the only one is like red. And you know what I mean? I was the one that said I got a check from Fidelity earlier, and you was like, "Oh, wow." That was me.
Okay. Yeah. If I said, "Oh, how," then I probably didn't. I go back through and I'll look at the comments, but yeah, there's so many on there. Sometimes they get lost. That's why I typically the best way to get a hold of me is through the email or now with the business number. If it's like something super breaking or big proof like that, just call me up on that number. But yeah, it's tough in the comments, man. I mean, you got there's usually you got like what 50, you got 15,000 people, and there's literally, I don't know, there's a ridiculous amount of comments on there, so they get lost. I try to keep up on them. I do go through and read them all. But basically I go through and I'll read them and I'll respond to whatever ones seem important or like dire, but I don't get to every single one because some of them get lost in the shuffle. It's really hard to keep up with. But yeah,
I know which one that you had said something on one of my posts. It was a dude that was like, you know what? It was about the new route numbers, and the dude was like, "Didn't you endorse that on the last video?" And I said, "No, did you listen to the end?" He even told her in her face that you don't endorse that, and I wouldn't recommend it. So I don't have any. That's what you kept telling her. I don't have proof that works. I don't want to endorse all of that. You know what I'm saying? So that you can go to that video. It's that one where I was like, that's the only one that I can think of offhand that I knew that you replied to one of them.
Well, yeah, you got the number now, and then you also have my email, right?
Yeah, no, I don't have your email, but
well,
I got
you can on the number that goes to, it's just it's a second line, it's a second cell phone line, so you can just do me a favor, take like paper, cut out some paper or something, or you can even take a piece of paper and lay it across the bottom of the check to blank out the numbers. That way the numbers aren't visible at all. And then take a picture of it, and then we can use that as proof. That will be huge, dude. So you got proof for us, and we can rebut the Times articles and everything with that. So,
like, I can. I'm gonna try to get because my.
I don't know if
fidelity
you should
account is
cash
still
it though. I would use it as proof, but I don't know if you should cash it. I would wait to cash it. I wouldn't cash it right now.
That's what I'm saying, because something is preventing. I'm not gonna lie, man. I believe in spirits and stuff like that. So something is preventing me cashing this check. Because down here in Dallas, I can go down to the corner store and cash it. And all the corner stores that you usually do that at, they close down, like literally stop. And one of them don't even do cash checks anymore. So I'm like,
right, because
okay,
they might turn around and try to hit you with like money laundering or something for putting money to Fidelity and then getting a check through Fidelity to you. They might try to pull that money laundering bullshit with you. So I don't want to see anything bad happen to you. I definitely think that you should hold on to it because it's proof. I would keep it in a safe place. And like I said, as soon as you can, put a piece of paper across that, especially being that now it's out and people hear that you have that. You probably want to get that to get it to so that somebody else has a copy of it. That way, you know what I mean? But keep it safe.
I got you, but stay on this line with you, like stay on this line with you, like down here in Texas, we got open carry laws, and I got a dead end on my street, so they control, and we shoot at police officers that cross that line too. So that's how it goes down here. So they can try to come on down here in Dallas. Because my address is on all Google.
I mean, that what you got there, man, is literally, that is pretty much the, I mean, I got the PS4 from the account, but that is the first, I guess you'd say, cold hard cash proof that I've heard, or that's actual proof so far, because that's as good as cash. So yeah, that's some serious shit you're working with there. And what I'd like to do is have you send that, and then we can. Do you have a laptop or whatever, right? Or do you do it on your phone?
I'm on the PC, or I could send it to you off my phone.
Yeah, well, send it on your phone, but you can hop on like Google Hangouts on a PC. Then I know there's a lot of people that like to use their phone. They don't care to use a computer, and then there's other people that rather use their computer. So what I'm gonna do is you send that over. We'll do a video. You'll explain the story, and then we'll put the proof in it. We'll do like a Hangout, and I'll see if Jermaine and Triple want to hop on that. Maybe Harvey. If Harvey's not too busy, I'll get a hold of him and find out. I'll call him. I'm sure he'll want to be involved in that though, because it's pretty big. That's big proof. So yeah, we'll do a video about it tomorrow. And if you need tomorrow, we'll see. I don't know if they're going to be open for the recording, but we can do a part 1 of the video and just do the check. And then we'll do part 2 when you call them up. And if you end up wanting it, I don't know if you're comfortable with recording or not. But if not, then you could have me. You could have me on 3-way with you, and I'll record the call for you. And then we'll do a part 2 with the recording. Get that proof out there as soon as possible, because that'll help wake up people, and that's going to help show everybody. That yes, there's no doubt about it that these are real.
But yeah, I'm down with that. I just want, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not good at talking to people, because but so yeah, you can record the live when I call them. Just let me know what's a good time. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, and I can get my bearings together, and I'm going to send you this ASAP. So you can have it, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm psyched about it. I've been sitting on this for a while now.
Well, that's good. I mean, I got to say, I commend you for having the restraint from just, there's a lot of us would just go and cash the check, and so you had a lot of restraint, and you've held on to it, which is awesome, because you kept the proof. and you know, you're thinking smart. You're not putting yourself in a bad situation. So that's good thinking on your part, man. I commend you for that. There's not a lot of people out there that would be able to have that restraint.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. I almost, cause the day that I got the check was the day of my that we was getting married on that Saturday, and we was lacking $300, and I had ended up getting a $500 check. So I'm not gonna lie, I tried to cash it that day, but Walmart denied it. Like Walmart denied it, told me to call Telecheck. Telecheck denied it. They said they don't even have nothing to do with the merchant that sent the check. I called the merchant, which is UMB National, the bank that Fidelity goes through. That's their bank, from what I was told by Fidelity, that UMB National. Now, he asked me, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't tell him what I did to get the check. I told him, you know what I'm saying, just in case that he tried, you know, oh, well, you know, blue, you know, wappy wop, you want to send it over here, and I'm going to show you what to do with it type thing, because I got a couple of reverse back. I got DirecTV to give me my service back. And I just been over here working, fam. So I'm gonna keep working. And like I
So
like,
what? But
like
what did they
said,
say when you called them? What was the reason why they didn't cash it?
for Fidelity?
No, when you went to go and cash it. So when you called them up and said Walmart wouldn't cash this, why? What was the reason they gave you why it wouldn't be cashed?
The Walmart gave me a number to call, and it was Telecheck. And Telecheck said that check is not in their system, and they don't cash that check that I can call the number that's on the check.
Oh, okay. Yes, they don't cash it because they don't work with the bank that wrote it.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Okay, so it's not that the check wasn't cashable. It's that they wouldn't cash it because they have no way of verifying it because they don't deal with that bank. Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what they said. But when I called the check this story out. When I called the check, the number on the check is an 800 number on it. You'll see it because it's not that. I'm not gonna blank that out. You will see that number, but it's an 800 number on the check because it says payment. It says something about a payroll something number. It say check this out. It say online bill payment processing center. Please direct any question to an online bill payment processing center. And they got please post this payment for our mutual customer. Account payment. This is what's written on the check. So when I called the number, the 800 number he gave me, they said, now this is out of the bank's mouth. I gave them all the numbers that they asked for at the bottom of the check, and they told me that the check is authentic. You can cash it at any third party that will accept the check, or you can deposit it in your account. This is what the bank that sent the check told me. Now you can ask my wedding planner this. You can ask my fiance this. At the time, where she's my wife now, but you can ask her this. It tripped me out when I heard about it. And
can you repeat that again?
The last part.
Yeah.
With the bank.
Yeah. When you call them what?
When I called the bank told me that it's an authentic check and that I can cash it at any third party that would accept it. So I asked them, could I cash it at Walmart? She said, well, if Walmart would accept the check, you can. You can cash it at any, they told me,
right.
Check in.
But yeah, the reason why you couldn't go with Walmart is because Walmart only cashes checks that are within that work with their processing service. That's so that they don't get bit with bounced checks or fraudulent checks. So that's why, because being that it's just like I don't know if you have like a Regina's check cashing, but it's kind of similar to that in the regards of like there's certain check cashing companies that are national, and they only cash checks that are written off of facilities that are on their list, like specific ones that they work with and accept, or employers that they work with or accept. So that's why that happened. It's because it just would they don't have that. That's not a common check that they cash. Now, if it was like a Bank of America or a Citizens, they would have cashed it. They don't see many of those coming in because people don't typically come in with, fidelity checks. That's typically the people that are going to be cashing fidelity checks and that kind of stuff. They're going to be, elderly or, money market people, which typically they then roll the funds back over so that they don't end up paying penalties.
Exactly. So, yeah, now I know I'm not going to cash this check.
Yeah, no, don't. But definitely send me that info. Send me that info as soon as you possibly can. And then we'll get together tomorrow. You got my number. So when you text me, I'll have yours. And then I'll get a hold of you early tomorrow, or actually early today. And we'll make if you want to be in the video, you can be in the video and explain a brief description of all of that. And then when we Monday, we'll have to get together on three-way, and I'll record you calling them to get them to admit the routing number that was used for that. But yeah, definitely, brother. Thanks. That was gold, man. I'm gonna grab the last caller here and close off the stream. It's 4:00 a.m. where I'm at right now, so I am. Yeah, I'm pretty beat, but that's awesome. I really appreciate that, man. Shoot me that picture over, and we'll get that proof out, man.
All right, I got you. I'm sending it over to you.
Sounds good, brother. Thank you. Much love. Wow, guys. So there we go. That's our first proof of cash. That's as good as cash. So that's our first proof of cash. How the hell are they going to make up a story about that one? Because the account's not negative. The account's not negative, guys. The account is not negative. They paid him. So what's up, 501 or 510?
Hi, Mike.
Hi. Hello.
I just want to say thanks for all you're doing. And I've been following you for about a month now, and I've been nonstop. I just can't put all this down because I've been hitting the law books and everything. And I've had one luck, only once, with Progressive Insurance. And the Fed number I used was a FedWire account. And as we all know, all these insurance companies are banks. And it went through and it's stuck now for almost 3 weeks. And I just went the other day and paid off my car insurance for the year and have not heard anything back. So my theory on this is that it was a direct wire right through Progressive Insurance, and I didn't have one bit of problem. I've had a lot of returns, but I'm going back kind of on the legal way about it, and going that way instead of the routing numbers. So I'm giving that a try with money orders and different aspects of that to see if that works.
You know what's funny is I have the same carrier, and funny enough, I actually went and I paid the 1 month for my insurance, and that's stuck. That's stuck for a while now too. Then I went to try and pay the year off in full, and it kicked back, but the first payment stayed. So I don't know if it's just because you know, as we've discussed many times, that it's only to discharge debt, not like pay ahead. So when the next bill is due, I'm gonna pay it. I'm gonna pay the month and see if that sticks again, because I thought that was kind of strange. How long ago did you pay the year off in full?
Just the other day. And I haven't gotten anything back.
It stuck for me for, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 days, and then it kicked out. So if you have the same thing, then I think we'll be onto something, huh?
Yeah. Well, I know that when I researched the routing number, my routing number I used from my Social Security number, I didn't have any luck with any other of them under my letter.
What letter were you?
E.
Okay.
I had one would only let me do FedWire, and that Progressive is the only one that it's stuck with. Everything else, and let's tell you, Telecheck. Funny thing is, man, I've called them several times, gotten validations on a couple of my Fed numbers, and just yesterday I went back to them because I'm just trying to see what's going on, and everything that they validated last week, all of a sudden they were very blunt and told me, you don't have an account, that's not a valid number, you can't use that number. And I said, well, what are you talking about? And you just validated this last week. Well, that's not, you don't have an account, that's not a number. And they were very blunt and like pretty nasty, tell you. So it's kind of weird.
Yeah, so that Telechecks was nasty with you?
Yeah, well, I think they all got the lowdown of being told that, you know, there's this, they all got to put the brakes on. That's what I'm getting from them. Because everybody that I've called that validated things prior, now all of a sudden it's like, no, it's not a good number. I said, well, you just told me it was. No, it's not a good number. And they wouldn't give me a reason. They just would tell me it's not a good number. So I think they're just putting the kiboshes. Somehow somebody's getting to these ACH houses and saying, listen, don't let any of these numbers go through. Don't put a stop to them. I mean, Amazon is the worst. Amazon is the worst. So.
Definitely. I definitely agree. Definitely.
One day they've got you okay, and then you've got the item sent to your house, and then they email you and say, well, you owe us for that item because your account wasn't any good. Well, how did you confirm it? Give us a date for delivery, send it, and then 4 days later tell us our account was no good. I mean, how does Amazon do that? I don't understand that. Thank God it was only for $18, but we just wanted to see if it went through, and it did. So how, like you said to the lady in Amazon doesn't send things out if the account's not good. Why would Amazon send products to people if they didn't get their money? They wouldn't do that.
Definitely.
So I just want to put it out there, and I also want to volunteer anytime. I'd love to do research, so if I can help you in any way for anything, I would be glad to.
How are you like typing and making? Would you be interested in typing up like articles based off of some of the important videos that
research?
Yeah, I'm trying to turn some of the crucial videos that have important, you know, research and whatnot into articles that can be posted then on different news sites. Since they're putting out all those on our news sites, then I want to be able to do the same to kind of rebut them and get because I've noticed that there has been none really out there. I mean, yeah, there's different websites that are covering this, like that are devoted to this, but nobody's putting out content on actual news sites. And I have a couple different news site licenses or whatever to post. So I think if you're willing to do that, that would be a huge help. I have a couple people so far that are willing to, and you know, if that's something that would interest you, I can give you the business number and just give me a call.
Sure.
We can talk out the details about it.
Yeah, I'd love to help. So, definitely. I'm in California.
Yeah.
Pretty close to Harvey, I understand. So, he's a quick character, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But I definitely would love to help.
Okay, I can give you the phone number. That's my the channel's business line. I'm using that for like when I call media places and handling all that kind of stuff. So it's 318 228
Yep.
1572.
All right, 1572. I am off tomorrow from work, so I'll let you get some rest, and I'll leave a message on there anyway.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Okay, Mike, thank you for everything you're doing, and get some rest.
Sounds good. Thank you. All right. All right, guys. So that's the callers for the evening. And let's see. Just going through the couple comments that I see here so I can get an idea of what was being said here. Yeah, the merchant services was a good lead. I just think that it was I think it was disclosing stuff in a different way than we actually thought it was. Funny enough. I think that there was a lot more that it told us than just about the accounts. I think it kind of ended up inadvertently giving away some truth about how banking is really done. I think that that's something actually I want to keep working on and digging into, because I think that there's a lot more that would be very eye-opening for people there. Trust me, you don't want to order checks off the account. What he did wasn't ordering checks. He got a check for what was paid into that account, which that all the excuses so far from all these companies is that the money got returned, but we know it didn't. So this is proof, and by this proof, this is actually going to help every single person with the reversals. That's the crazy part about it, because now that we have this, once we get it up and out, people are going to be able to take that and use that at all of their companies that supposedly return these payments when we know that they didn't. So I'm going to coach him on the right questions to ask for when he calls Fidelity. That way we can get a good recording, and then we have the check as proof. And we're going to be able to use this now as another tool in our arsenal of truth. Have I heard anything about promissory notes at certain banks, or updating with third-party creditors to make payments successful? I hear people are having success. Yeah, I've put up about the third-party payment processors. I put that up. God, man, I don't know, like 3 weeks, maybe even a month ago now. So yeah, I know that that's being pushed around, that's new information from certain people. But if you guys go back and watch the video, the videos that were done, they were done fighting reversals with Todd, And I know that it reduplicated because somehow it got put to private. But if you look at the dates on them, there's new ones and then there's old ones. Go back to the old ones. I think they were done about a month ago. Talking about calling telechecks and the third-party processes back then. Only those eyes to see and ears to hear. That's it. They probably got threatened by Federal Reserve. Who did? It's like downloading lie detector app for your phone. What is? A stockbroker in the family. I told him about the info and the accounts. He told me I was crazy. Well, you're not crazy. Tell him to actually look at it. Look at the information that we're providing with an open mind, that he might have some new money to be able to buy some new stocks with. Not a good number, huh? What's not a good number? Is there another service other than telecheck? Yeah, there's a couple different ones. You can actually just Google third-party processing services, and you get their different numbers and their names. Stockbroker makes you broker. Facts in that order, biblical. Who's blind? Because he's brainwashed. Who's brainwashed? Broker will find all these accounts. Supreme, show him how to look up his bonds. Yeah, I don't know why you're saying that GMEI is not valid. It actually is. Funny enough, I actually have another email. That's another thing I was going to be putting up. Wait till you guys hear this. I got an email from someone that they actually have a background in securities. They worked in finance and securities and trading. And they went and did some looking up and whatnot, and they started going through GMEI. They went through Fidelity first, then GMEI. Well, in GMEI, being that they had that background, they kind of knew where to look and how to go about finding stuff. So they figured out one of the securities that they had, and when they started researching into that security, funny enough, came up a page referencing 1933 of all years, going into the what was it, Independent Securities Act of 1933. That was all found through GMEI. WordPress, yeah, I am going to be using WordPress as well. That's definitely one on the list. Create a guest account on Fidelity. Tried to show he refuted me and said I am going to jail. He wasn't looking up the info. Wow, you're not going to go to jail for looking up your securities and your QSIP and your social on Fidelity. You're not going to go to jail unless you start usually like going crazy on lesser bank methods and filing bogus liens against government agencies that does nothing. You ain't got to worry about that. I tell your cousin is. You know what, man, Supreme. I got an idea for you. You want to wake your I think you said it's your brother or your cousin. You want to wake him up. Show him part 1 of the video. That's gonna be like one of the first ones in the Wake Up series. I do gotta start to try to figure out how to do some better like visuals and stuff though. Try to capture some of these brain dead zombies, because unfortunately that's what we all are until we wake up and we realize that the special effects brainwashes and all that. But I'm gonna have to try to come up with some better editing stuff. So if there's anybody out there that's really good at that and wants to start working with me on getting some really good edited content and some flashy, wow kind of stuff, please let me know. I really would be interested in that. I know Jermaine said he was going to start helping me out with some of that stuff too, because he's pretty good with that. I'm more of a research guy, finding stuff, like, I don't know, pretty good at investigating. And so, but unfortunately, that's part of what we're indoctrinated into, is loving the brainwash that's kept us all dumbed down. And you know, as we break the chains and we start to wake up and we realize that, then slowly but surely we start enjoying more of the simple, basic information based stuff. Like me, I personally prefer things the way I do them, because I'm not doing so much gimmicks and stuff, whereas other people may prefer having, you know, the audio visuals. It's all about preference. It's just because me, I'm like very information fact driven, but I need to learn to do some of the other audio visual stuff. That way I can reach some of those people out there that are still asleep. Thank you, Tiger. Kenji on the trail. Just sent them to that number. Let me see. I didn't get them. Yeah, I didn't get them, brother. Let me double check. Sure you got the number right, man? Let's see. Yeah, I don't see it, brother. Here, let me re-put that in the chat, because I didn't get that text. Send it there, and then also send it to this email, just in case. Let's try that. It will keep me on the right track. No trouble. That's it. Typo tried. Yeah, thank you, Bruce. Thanks, Mike. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Haven't seen millions in my bonds. Oh, I still haven't seen millions in your bonds. Just keep looking. You'll find them. Most def, for sure. Thanks for the info, family. Thank you. Yeah, Bruce, try to resend it to that number, because you might have had a typo or something. And then also send it to the email, just in case, because who knows, maybe they're trying to keep that from coming or something. I definitely didn't get it, though. Read your comments here, and then get ready to end this. Let me see. I still got a lot of comments to go through. Steph, thanks for the info. Night all. Where are you honeymooning? Yeah, that's a good question. By the way, congratulations on your wedding. It kind of slipped my mind because I was so like boggled at the fact that you had that proof. Didn't get a chance to go to one. Couldn't afford one, so I'm working to get one. Oh, you'll definitely get one. A good one, brother. There we go. Got it now. Oh, no, I didn't. I got a YouTube video. So that's not it. That's not it. That's a YouTube video. You're a travel professional. Nice. Yep, you ask enough questions, they will always slip up. Liars always do. That's true. Just hope he gets through with it. Oh, yeah, we'll get through with it. Thanks so much, Mike, because I don't know how to talk to them. Don't worry about it, man. I'll be there. I'll help you. I'll coach you along. Trust me, I'm really good at talking with assholes, so I get them to, as you guys have heard, I'm not afraid to mess with them. Bill, that's a suspicious question. I'm questioning you. We are trying now to save up for a trip to Florida. I love you, all my good people, brothers and sisters. We banging on the beast, y'all, for all mankind. That's right. Love you too, brother. Thank you for the information. Yeah, thank you, Bruce. Yeah, everybody make sure to thank Bruce. J.G. Wentworth. It's my money, and I need it now. I was referring to the telecheck people. They got threatened because she said they started acting suspicious. Yeah. Try Wyndham Resorts. Keep racking up that. That's it. Just every day. Gonna keep going. I will. Thanks. Signature is most welcome. I am for helping. That's it. See, Bruce, you see my message to you. I'm in Fort Worth. Finance, I need to finish my securities license, so I have that backdoor info. Yeah, Bruce, I still haven't got it, man. I don't know what's going on. Just email it to me if you can't, if it doesn't go through the phone. My cousin, that's a stockbroker. Yeah. Benji, we need that on the team. No, I didn't get a chance to see what you posted. It's definitely some complicated info from what I've read so far. Zoom contacted an accountant about auditing accounts. That's what I was. I don't know, Desiree. I don't know if you saw the video I put up saying gold, but I found an actual Federal Reserve Bank audit sheet for auditing accounts. So if you guys, because I'm getting censored so hard, if you guys can share that, share all those important videos everywhere. Share them on Facebook, share them on Twitter, share them in other groups. That'd be amazing because I got some gold there that needs to get out. I want to keep it that way. Yeah, all agents are. Ignorance is not bliss. Check out that doc, Historic Agenda. Will do. Did that with Travelers Group. Not anymore these days. Just thought about it. If the Facebook group creates a bank, they will have access to everyone's Social Security number. Yeah. Yeah, there's some funny things about that. I'm not really liking that whole bank thing. I'm going to have to end up. There's a lot of things around that bank that's no good. He said, try Periscope. Yeah, I was thinking about it, but I don't know why I would do Periscope because, I mean, I'm doing all right with this. I'm going to be getting a site going anyway soon. I'm thinking about starting a Weebly or a free domain just to have for people to be able to subscribe to like newsletter or something, and that way we can get the email, opt in there. It'll make it simpler. I'm going to try to talk to some of the people I got that work on websites and creating domains and all that. See if I can get them to build a like a newsletter subdomain on like Weebly or something, where or whatever subdomain where we can have like an FAQ spot where it's not gonna, if it receives a lot of traffic, then that's fine, but that'll be like just its own FAQ spot, and then you can sign up for like a newsletter subdomain. And that'll get the email addresses, so I can use that same email list to let people know of conference calls, live streams, videos, and to pass around petitions and such. I've been sick, Desiree. I've been fighting it for like a week now. He said, I'm M-tube nut, but I've known this since the late 80s. Saying again, yeah, I still haven't got it, brother. I don't know what the heck's going on. I got you, Beta. Definitely will get to you with that. Yeah, man, I don't know what's going on. Supreme, I don't know. Or not Supreme. Bruce, I don't know why it's not coming through. Try sending it in the email. Email it. I'll pull up my email right now and see if it comes through. Probably trying to block it. I put up my email in the live stream chat, Bruce. If you can email me, if that's not, the picture's not going through. I wonder if the picture mail is not going through. Who's this? What the hell? I got some call from Pennsylvania. I don't think that was you, was it, Bruce? I'm wondering if maybe I can't get picture messages on this because it's a sideline. It's a second phone line for the cell phone. So it might be that I can't get picture mail on there. In which case, email it to me and or email me, and then I'll give you my other number, my actual number. That's just a sideline business. Got a business voicemail and all that. It got a Louisiana area code, so when Randy calls, we get like 4 times as much talk time out of a phone card. I bought a bunch of phone cards because he used up a whole bunch with talking to us to get the message out. So I bought some phone cards and sent them to him. He said that is the it makes it so be able to have like an hour or 2 conversation with one phone card versus 15 minutes for one if I have a Louisiana number. I'm actually going to be doing a video for everybody in case they want to write Randy anything, or they want to send him any books or anything. Heather's stuff, I don't really know. I've been trying to talk with BZ and them, so I've talked to BZ a couple times. I don't know if what's going on with that, if I'm ever going to get the phone calls with her or what. I'm hoping so. Be nice. You got your securities list and start digging, brother. You have tools. Yeah, man, I don't know why I'm not getting any of your stuff, brother. Did you try sending it to my Gmail? Brother man? Brucey? Oh, you guys email put a whole bunch of what the? All right. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to make sure I get this to work. Bruce, try calling my phone from your phone. I'll try to walk you through it on my phone. Alex Jones may be able to help get. Yeah, well, he's already been alerted a million times, dude. I don't know what is up with that. He's just, you know, Alex Jones's show is owned by Time Warner. Time Warner is owned by the same bankers. Hello? 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 Oh, shoot, it's my Bluetooth. Hold on. Yeah, I can hear you. Okay. Yeah, just go on, send it from your email. Try using your computer maybe. That might work if it won't work on the phone. Yeah, it's coming up PA. I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, oh, you know what it is? It's probably something to do with that app. Yeah, it's something to do with that app probably. It shows Pennsylvania because it's getting routed through another phone line to come to me because I've got that secondary phone line set up. Like I've got two phone numbers on the same phone. It's an app called Sideline where it's $10 a month and you get a second phone number for your cell phone. So it's got its own voicemail box, and I'm using it as a business line to handle with Randy's calls and then stuff for the YouTube. All right, guys, I'm on the phone with him. He's sending me that stuff over. Here, hold on 1 second. All right, Bruce, let me do the channel goodbye thing. All right, guys. Let me at least let you guys see me for the closeout here. We had some really good information tonight. Thank you, Bruce. Thank you to everybody that called in. You guys were awesome. You sent a whole bunch of really good information over. Oh, we got one question here. Hold on. Let's see. What do we got? Hey, Bruce. Hey, Bruce. Yep, I hear you. Just try sending that in the Gmail, and then I'm just gonna take this last caller and close out. I got your number, so I'll shoot you a text if it doesn't come through. Oh, the caller left. Okay, never mind. We're good. All right, I'm just gonna close out the live stream here. Hold on 1 second. All right, guys, it crashed on me at the last minute. So, as we all know, this is like super exciting stuff. So I'm gonna go and try to make sure we get this over from Bruce so we can get this out to you guys. We got proof. It's gonna help us with our reversals. It's gonna there's no way they can backpedal on this one. The account is negative. They ended up having to pay out because it paid through, and that was through these routing numbers. So we actually have the proof that these accounts exist, that they are exactly what we said they were, that they are through the Federal Reserve. Yeah. So finally, and it's all thanks to Bruce. It's all thanks to Bruce and every single one of you guys. Every one of you guys supporting the movement, waking people up, sharing the information. So it's every single one of you doing stuff like this that has got us that proof. And this is like a huge, super exciting moment. I'm amped. Like I don't even know if I'm gonna sleep tonight, because as soon as I get this, I'm gonna be like, just I don't even know. Like, this is awesome. I'm really, really excited. So if you guys like what I'm doing, give me a thumbs up. As you saw, we had a couple of the trolls pop in, and they put a couple thumbs down. So anybody who hasn't given it a thumb up yet, please give us a thumb up. Especially being we just got some super big proof on this live stream conference call tonight. So, and then we had a lot of really good calls, but also along with that. So yeah, I know that the calls are going a little slower. You know, we just changed channels, and we're having some censorship. But each and every one of you guys, if you can share the videos, share all the information, let's get it out there to everybody, and share this proof. Share all the videos that have gone out. The gold that's out. The last probably the last 10 videos are pretty important. So thank you guys for joining me tonight. You guys are awesome. You're all so supportive, and you know, you've had my back the whole time, and I have your back. And you know, this movement is nothing without each and every one of you. So I appreciate, you know, you guys being so supportive and just being you and doing everything you guys are doing. So much love to you. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, as we're just getting started. And most importantly, share this information. Get it out. Share it with those you know, with those you don't, with those you love. Share it everywhere. And leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Much love, guys. Good night.